神鬼如何兩不分？
新界嘅阿公就係。
Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Harry Ankles, and this is my review of Overheard 3. Overheard 3 opens with footage made to look like old black and white film, and a close-up of a baby's penis.
It's not a Nigerian war orphan.
Believe it or not, it makes sense in the context of the story. The penis, not the Nigerian war orphan thing. The idea of male inheritance is actually kind of very relevant to the plot. Overheard 3 tells a story based in a very current and real-life conflict in the New Territories that centers around the tensions between property developers and people who live in villages. Daniel Wu plays a paroled cyber criminal with an exhaustive knowledge of computers. Lau Ching Wan and Koo Tin Lok are part of a group of friends who have made a lot of money from development, both legally and otherwise. Alex Fong, Gordon Lam Ka-tong, and Dominic Lam play the others in the group. The chemistry between these five is actually very entertaining, which is not easy to do because the five of them, and some of the other cast members, are dressed in, frankly, kind of weird outfits, and they all have strange haircuts, especially Alex Fong. This is apparently the filmmaker's attempt to portray people who live in the villages, or maybe just the New Territories, as backwards hicks who are so out of touch with fashion that they have no idea how to dress. Hey, I live in the New Territories. Zhou Jun plays Moon, a woman who works all kinds of odd jobs, and some of them are really odd, who manages, in the face of several pretty huge burdens, to keep up a remarkably optimistic attitude. I thought she did a good job in her role, and she speaks Cantonese a lot better than I thought she did. Maybe they found someone who speaks Cantonese and sounds just like her, but I doubt it. I'm glad that they left her character conspicuously unglamorous. You ever notice in a movie sometimes there'll be an actress and she wakes up in the morning and she's laying there with her head on the pillow and her makeup is already done? I hate that. Well, it doesn't happen for her. Now, she is still pretty, but in a very natural kind of way, and I just thought that it was nice to see. Now, I don't want to talk about the plot because I don't want to spoil it. I also thought that the plot was unnecessarily convoluted, and frankly, it got slightly confusing. And no, I wasn't drinking cough syrup. I was just confused. It happens. Even so, I knew that the storylines would all work out in the end, because that's what they do, so I didn't really try that hard to figure them all out. Unfortunately, I kind of get the impression that the writers didn't try too hard to figure them all out either. And that's really sad, because the writers are Alan Mack and Felix Chong. It felt like they were trying too hard to be complex, and it just became tedious. Who is he? And who is she? Who cares? Speaking of tedious, I also felt that the climactic scene was kind of overblown and unnecessarily drawn out. Put it this way, when your action scene reminds me of Donnie Yen's Monkey King, something's wrong. Hong Kong still seems to be working out how to make blockbusters. Too often it seems like the people who make these movies feel as though they've got to use up all the budget, and sometimes it feels like they want to use it up all at once. So there were a lot of things that I didn't really care for in or about Overheard 3, but to be fair, there were a lot of things that I did like. There were quite a few good laughs in the movie, and I really appreciated them. I liked that the movie was set in a non-urban part of Hong Kong. The New Territory certainly doesn't look anything like Central, but it is still very much Hong Kong. A lot of the acting was really good and very convincing. One particular fight was really well done, and I was impressed by how brutal and realistic it looked. I even enjoyed the epilogue. It may have been a little sappy, but I liked it. I was probably just jealous. This movie could have been a lot better, but it could have been a lot worse, and in a lot of ways, I felt like it was good enough. Now, I realize that's not really a ringing endorsement, but I think you should watch this movie. The film will be released later this month, so if you're in Hong Kong or somewhere else in Asia that's showing it, go to the cinema and see it. Don't watch this movie online just because some asswipe decides to leak a copy of it. That doesn't make it okay for you to steal it. Eventually, when Overheard 3 is released to home video, and I'm sure it will be, I'll update the description with a link where you could buy it. I don't care if you buy it from someone else. I do care whether or not you buy it. If you enjoyed this review, leave me a comment. If you didn't enjoy the review, leave me a comment. If you really enjoy these reviews, please think about subscribing. Thank you for watching.